Well, hello everybody, Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular, here with some more Florida Goldbacks. Got some more in today, so we can show those off a little bit. I also want to talk about some of the rumors and some of the mystery that surrounds the Goldbacks. I want to dispel some of these comments that I see. And you can still have your comment. I'm not trying to, counter your argument to shut you down, but I think some of the arguments out there are a little bit confused based on the lack of research of what this product is. So in this video, we're going to go over that a little bit and just kind of show off just a tiny bit some of these beautiful Florida Goldbacks. Because I promise you guys, I am all in on these. I think that they are great. I went through the trouble of being a pre-order distributor for these, and that's not a big, financial gain to me. I tell you that. I mentioned that in the other video. It's not like I'm making millions on these whatsoever. It's a very, very slim margin. It's actually a dangerously slim margin in my personal humble opinion, but that's on me. It is what it is. Let's get into it a little bit. First of all, let's talk about the straps. Everybody asks about like, hey, these straps right here, and I got a couple somewhere, and I'm just keeping them to the side. I might end up just shipping these out randomly in the boxes that I find. And no, you're not going to be able to say, hey, ship me a strap and I'll pay you. No, it's just going to be completely random. So anyways, there's the strap right there. Straps are for 100 Goldbacks. To my knowledge, it's whenever you get 100 Goldbacks, you get a strap amount. So this should be 100 of the 5 Goldbacks right there in my happy little hand. So that's that. I did say that these should come out on the 15th. Well, they're allowed to be shipped to you all on the 15th starting then. That being said, Goldbacks seems like they're really, really trying hard to fulfill all these orders of the pre-order distributors, and I believe that they're going to be a little bit behind. That's my opinion. I could be completely wrong on that, so it might be a little bit later in January before you start seeing shipment notifications for if you bought them from me or from anybody else. I did say that I would try to get these onto Whatnot when I sell on Whatnot on January the 15th. I'm going to try to keep that. It's going to be difficult potentially, just because these things have been so popular, and I feel like I need to get to the people that have paid first, the people that have pre-ordered first before I start putting things on Whatnot. But I'm going to try my best to get some of this stuff over to Whatnot too. So if you want to buy on Whatnot, you're more than welcome to. First link down in the description of the video. If you are a first-time user and buyer on Whatnot, you can get $15 off of anything on the entire app, whether it's with me or anybody else. It is a great opportunity, so definitely check out that link. Use me and abuse me and get these things right here for cheaper than I can even buy them for if you get that $15 off discount. So I got some 10s coming in. 10s are very expensive. When you think of a Goldback, right, the exchange rate is what? It's like $5.40 or something like that. Let's just say that, right? Let's just say $5.40. So when you see a 10, think of $5.40 times 10. When you see a 25, $5.40 times 25. When you see a 50, a big 50 spot, hold on, you're going to see one. Hold on, I'm going to show you. A 50 spot, $5.40 times 50 as an example. So now a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like the premiums on those things, right? Makes no sense. You're looking at some of these things right here, and you got, like, for instance, 1/200th of a troy ounce of gold, and $5.40 times 5. You're talking it's not adding up, right? Almost half the actual price of gold. So you need to buy almost $5,000 or so worth of Goldbacks to equal 1 ounce of gold. So you're better off just buying regular gold. If your goal is to stack gold, then yes, obviously that's true. But Goldbacks are different. They have a utility. They're meant to be more like money, gold-backed currency, because they are made out of pure gold, right? Plus, they're beautiful to look at. In my opinion, more beautiful than a lot of the currency that we've put out recently. Maybe not some of the historical United States currency, but most of the recent stuff, Goldbacks definitely take the cake. I mean, my goodness, look at these right here. I can't show you the whole thing because I got the straps on there, but they're beautiful both front and back. Anti-counterfeit technology, both front and back, that anti-counterfeit technology exists. Plus the back has that wonderful black light technology. We saw that, right? Let me just show you real quick so you believe me. And so, hold on a second. Boop, see that? Look at that. You can see each one will say, it will have the atomic symbol of gold, AU, and it'll have the numeral amount right there. So number 5. So numero 50. There you go. Bada bing. Anyways, so it has a utility, and it also has an exchange rate, which gold has a spot price. So if you bought $2,000 worth of gold, it's worth about $2,000, right? That's the spot price of gold. If you buy $2,000 worth of Goldbacks, right, based off of the exchange rate, you're going to be very, very, very close to that exchange rate in value. And that's what Goldback is trying to push, is that they have an exchange rate. They're not just the gold. That's not where just the value lies, right? It's almost like saying like, hey, this $100 bill right here, it's only worth the paper that it's printed on. And listen, we say that, we believe that. However, let's be honest. We can go to any store and we can say, hey, here's $100 cash, and we can get $100 worth of product, right? So it has an exchange rate. It's not really just the price of the paper. We want to say that, right? Because we're all like, little smart Alex, but that's not really, really, really what those things do. Same thing here. So to worry about the premium is not doing the research on the utility of what these things are trying to accomplish. Now, are they there yet, right? No, they're not there yet. We're in the 6th state, I think it is. Florida being the most recent state. So no, we're not there yet. But I believe that one day, if things keep on going, we're going to be there. Another comment that keeps coming up is they go, hasn't this already been done with the norfed dollars? And that was where the guy was basically taking silver rounds, something like this. And, he was basically printing his own silver rounds or, minting his own. And he was putting on there, let's say this right here is worth $20. He was putting a dollar sign with 20. And he was saying this was a $20 silver piece, right? So he would, and they were called Liberty dollars. And he would go to, you can watch videos, he would go to like grocery stores and be like, hey, this is $20. I need $20 worth of groceries. Well, you can't just do that. Now you're printing your own money. You're basically saying that you get to put dollar signs on whatever you want because you're an American citizen? No. The federal government says you can definitely not do that. All kinds of government entities shut him down for that, and that'll be that. Goldbacks go through the trouble of making sure this stuff is like, legal in the States, you know what I mean? They make sure that they're not saying like, hey, you can go into any grocery store whatsoever and spend these in those states. No, you got to go with the distributors that are accepting them, right? And Florida Goldbacks, actually, in Florida, they're trying to get it actually as legal currency in Florida. And I don't know if I should even say this. Somebody well up the chain in Goldbacks really believes that this is going to happen. If that happens, that is a massive step for Goldbacks, and you can just bet your bottom dollar that Goldbacks will take off in like a straight line. So be ready for something crazy like that to happen, right? But no, they are not dollars. There's no word dollar on here anywhere. It doesn't say that you can exchange 2 Florida Goldbacks on here for cash in somebody's register. No, it says that it has an exchange rate and it gives you a dollar amount, but it is not actually dollars, and they're called Goldbacks. Don't confuse them. Don't say, hey, these are 2 Florida dollars. No, they're 2 Florida Goldbacks, and they differentiate themselves in that way. So no, they're not like the norfed dollars at all. Do some research on the norfed dollars, and you will find out that it's a totally different thing. That guy was a little cocky with his approach, in my personal opinion. He did it with good intentions, way the wrong way. This company has done all their research. They've basically took the shenanigans and threw them to the side, and they are going deep in this. By the way, can I just stop and say right here about the 9-minute mark that Goldbacks doesn't pay me for this. They're not promoting me in any way. They're not going like, hey, Spegtacular, can you do us a favor and correct these? No. I am a fan. I am literally a fan of these, right? I am not trying to sell them. In fact, do me a favor. If you're at this point in the video and you think that I'm trying to sell them to you, don't buy them, please. Don't come to my shop and buy them. Don't go to Whatnot on the 15th and buy them. Don't buy them from me, right? If you want to buy them from somebody else, go ahead. I don't care if you buy them from me or not, right? Personally, right? If you want to, that's your business. I'm not going to fight you about it. I'd love to have you, don't get me wrong. I don't want to confuse it, but I'm not trying to force you to buy this. I am a believer personally. Plus, it's in my home state of Florida. I got a love for my home state, although it's been a little bit crazy these last couple of years with 1 billion people from New Jersey and New York moving here. That's my cross to bear. It is what it is. Back to the video. End rant. Okay, we're done. All right, back to it. One other person mentioned, and I had mentioned too, that my big complaint with Goldbacks was that they're a little sticky, right? And I don't mean like tacky, sticky or anything like that, but like, okay, so for instance, $100 bills. Anybody that's worked with in a bank or a grocery store or whatever and has had so $100 bills, okay? Some brand new ones come in, the $100 bills, they can start sticking together. They start I don't want to say sticking is kind of the wrong word, but they kind of like form together, right? They start like just almost becoming one. And even in the banks, you have a big clump of hundreds. If you listen, I'm not a baller, okay? I just once in a while I get a couple hundreds. It is what it is, okay? I save my monies, right? I go and break my piggy bank, and I go and just have a night on the town. Anyways, but they have those machines, and sometimes the machines can't even count them the right way because they start sticking together because the new ones are very rigid and they hold together for some reason. It is what it is. So our own currency in the U.S. has that same problem. Goldbacks, in my opinion, has not fixed that. Now, somebody in the comments said that after South Dakota, they fixed that. I promise you, I'm handling these myself. They can get to where you can't tell that there's two together. And I just did it before the video. There was the two Goldbacks right here. I was kind of trying to peel them apart, and some of them, are okay. And I had gotten a group apart. And then when I looked at it, I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's two of them. Like right here. Look at that. How many Goldbacks are in that, you think? Is that one? Is that one Goldback? I promise you it's at least two. It's actually three. Hold on, it might actually be four. It's four. Holy smokes, right? So you can see how that's a problem. I wish, Goldback company, if you're listening, that there was some rigidity or some sort, you know what I mean, on the reverse right here that had just it made it easy to differentiate one from the other. Now they stack wonderfully, right? You can stack a bunch of these together in a big, huge pile, and there's no telling how many's in there. I'll tell you right now, it's 50 because I bought 50, but you know what I mean? It's hard to tell because it's just they fit together perfectly. But in my opinion, it's a little too perfect. Boom. That's a great example. It was hard to even tell that there was four. And I find that to be a huge issue, especially if you are going to use them as a utility and you start breaking them out of your Goldback wallet and you're in there and you're like, okay, how much do I owe you? I owe you 5 Goldbacks. I got you. And you take out 5 and you're like, oh, yeah, it looks like 5. And you give it to them. Well, you've given them 3 5s, right? That can be a problem, I think, in my humble opinion. So, Goldback company, I wish you would fix that. And for the person that commented saying it's fixed, it ain't fixed. I just proved it. But yeah, listen, they're still a great product, right? That's my one big bugaboo if I had to make one big complaint about them. And that's because I'm holding a decent amount too. Some of the larger ones, like the 50s, seem to not have that issue. I mean, you can definitely differentiate 50 from 50 from 50. You can tell that I got 4 here, right? That's not a problem. Those separate easy. Not a problem. I think it's a larger amount, so those are much easier. They look great like that too, don't they? Somebody was, kind of worried about fingerprints and stuff on these. You could literally take a microfiber cloth and just go. It's not a big deal. It's kind of a strong, rigid material. How it is. There's no grippiness to it or anything like that. So you can just, you know what I mean. But I wish it was I do wish it was kind of little bumpy or kind of something like that to where they would just separate themselves a little bit better. Not so much the 50s. The 50s seem to, solve that, but the smaller denominations seem to have that problem. Again, that's my cross to bear. It's my bugaboo. It is what it is. But yeah. Anyways, you want to look at some? Just for fun? So the 50s, quite awesome. Quite beautiful. Let's see. Where's my hundos? Let me get the hundos. I don't even want to see the hundos. The hundos are quite expensive. Again, let's say the exchange rate is $5.40 like we were talking about earlier. Well, now imagine $5.40 times 100. Whoa, $540. Look at that math, huh? You see that old Spegtacular went to school? Watch that be wrong, right? And you guys are in the comments going, Spegtacular, you're an idiot. Listen, I know I'm an idiot. It is what it is. But I got Goldbacks, you know what I mean? So that makes me sort of cool. Anyways, there's the 2. You can see the size difference. And looks wonderful. The hundreds are super exceptional. I think that the Goldback company did great on all of them. The hundreds, the half Goldbacks, which, where are you at, half Goldbacks? There you are. You were hiding. They're here. It's like the fountain of youth. They're super beautiful. And of course, my absolute favorite. I mean, I just think it's so great. So much Florida history that I'm personally in love with is the 5 Florida Goldbacks. The best of the best. Florida Goldbacks, dude, if you want to do like a specialty series once in a while for the States, like when you guys start hopping and popping, like an entire like pirate series of just different notes. Oh, baby. And that's it, right? The sky's the limit. We didn't keep the design of the $100 like this forever. No, this is brand new. We've had $100 designs differently, you know, a few times. And same thing with ones, and everything's had a different design. The sky's the limit with these Goldbacks. This is the OG. And make sure if you're on the fence, you get them soon, because you're going to want that little A right there. See to the left of the 2025? See it? That little A? You want that little A. That's the alpha. That's the alpha in the series. That means these are the OGs or the originals. You want them. The OGs, the original Goldbacks. Yes, sir or ma'am. Woo! Anyways, but yeah, long story short, I got some new ones today. And I'm trying my best to fulfill those orders. Like I said, this is a fraction of what I need for these pre-orders. Trying my best. Bear with me if you are somebody who has bought from me, who has these pre-ordered from me. You know, I'm literally just waiting for Goldbacks to give me boxes of these things. And I'm also waiting for the 15th to where I can start shipping them. So if your tracking doesn't come on the 15th, just realize, haven't got enough yet to ship to you, but it's in the works. It's in the works. I'm not going to let you down. Spegtacular, the Silverstacular. One thing I haven't done for my fans is let you down on product. If I owe you something, I fulfill the product. Every single time. Guaranteed. Boom. Boom. Right? Anyways, I got to go for now. Appreciate you for watching. I will say, ooh, this is a good one, right? Before I go, I have noticed out there in the Goldback world, in my own, like when I'm doing pre-orders, what ones are seemingly the most popular. So let's go over that. Halves are very, very popular. The twos are surprisingly unpopular. People aren't seemingly buying the twos very often, which I think that they're great. You have the woman out there in like a canoe. And you got the manatees underneath, what looks like maybe some bluegill or some sunfish out there just chilling. You got some birds in the background. Just a beautiful, you know, Florida scenery. Love canoeing here in Florida. Absolutely wonderful. Except for one time there was a little chop out there and I thought I was going to get stuck out in the ocean. That did happen once. Other than that, it's been a wonderful time in the canoes. So yeah, twos, not very popular. Ones, extremely popular. Very, very popular. Has the, you know, wonderful look of the lady on there. Of course, there is an alternate version for the shop owners that in Florida that accept the Goldbacks and they registered with Goldback Company. And also anybody who basically got the word out to the shop that, you know, Goldbacks is doing that. That person also got one of those specialty ones. So these are not the specialty ones. These are just the ones that you'll buy, which are still great. I'm not trying to downplay them, but I want to differentiate that there are two designs. But ones are very popular. Fives, extremely popular. But I still will say less popular than the one. I think it's just based off of the price of these. Hundreds, listen, I think that they're very popular. I think that people love them. It's just super expensive. So it seems like not a lot of people buy the hundreds, and it kind of goes down from there. What else? 25s. 25s is like the middle child for some reason, right? Seems like nobody's really buying at these too much, which again, I think they're awesome. 1/40th troy ounce, 24 karat gold. Beautiful scene, lady in a boat. And just awesome. Has an alligator right here. Looks like some kind of crane or some kind of, you know, fish or a bird that eats fish and stuff. It looks like it has some kind of anaconda or something like that. Some kind of python sticking out of the tree right there. Looks like we have a Florida panther up in the tree. There's so much stuff going on in these Goldbacks. Like you have to really, really look. And then all the while is when you're looking at these things is you don't really see that all of these little details are all anti-counterfeiting measures, right? So they're really, people are like, oh, how long before China counterfeits those? Well, nothing's impossible, but you're going to really, 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 really go through some painstakingly expensive processes to forge one of these. in a way that it makes it look convincing. And I mentioned that a little bit in the other video, so I'm not going to get too much into it. But all I got to say is if you're going to try to counterfeit one of these, good luck to you. You know what I mean? Good luck to you. Tens are pretty popular. Tens are pretty popular. And then the 50s too. So like I recently just had to make a new order to end up getting more of the 10s, more of the 50s. No, sorry, more of the 100s, more of the 1s. Yeah, I think I went 1s, 10s, 100s was all that was in the order because everything else seems like people are buying normally. But those right there were the ones that seemed like they were running out. So this video is too long. I got to go. Appreciate you for watching. Just more information about the Goldbacks. I'll leave you alone about them for a while. Spegtacular is out. Well, hello, everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. You know, when I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.